Here's Jimmy. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 books which I want to read having seen the films that are based on those books, if that makes sense. So these 5 books have all been adapted to films. I've not read the books, but I've seen the films, and that makes me want to read the books. Well, I think I'd enjoy the books. And there's a surprising number of monsters on the list, more than I would think from what I normally read. So maybe I'm more into monsters in films than monsters in books. The first one on my list is Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer, which I happen to have right here. And this is one that we watched the film together, then Charlotte read the book and really liked it, and I really want to read it. We both really liked the film, but Charlotte said the book's even better. So in the film, without giving any spoilers, there's this mysterious area called the Shimmer that is surrounded by this kind of shimmery thing in the air. And one thing I really like about the film is it is visually very striking. You've got the shimmer, you've got amazing creatures and beasties without giving too much away. You've got amazing flora and fauna. It's really nice to look at, and there's some sort of philosophical questions in there that make you question identity and existence and what makes us who we are and things like that. The film is directed by Alex Garland, who's done a few other things. After watching Annihilation, we also watched the TV series he did called Devs, which also is visually stunning and also plays with those ideas around identity and who we are. The second one on the list, it's a little bit of light relief. It's the least monstrous film/book on the list, although arguably you could say there are some monstrous people in it, and you're definitely supporting the character who overcomes those monsters, and that is possibly my favourite film. I've also seen the musical and I loved it. The film and book I'm talking about is Legally Blonde. And I have to admit, I didn't even know Legally Blonde was based on a book until I read it on Wikipedia while doing some preparation for this video. The book is by Amanda Brown, and I believe it came out the same year as the film, which I think was 2001. It's kind of light-hearted and funny with strong characters, and there's also depth to it as well. And if you want to watch it not looking for that depth, you can just enjoy the humour and the characters, which are fantastic. Or you can overthink it if that's the kind of thing you're in the mood for, which I do sometimes. And I think with books I tend to be more on the overthinking heavy side. So I'd like to think that the book of Legally Blonde would be on the lighter enjoyment, escapism side. So I think that I would like that book if I'm in a certain mood for that kind of escapism. Moving back up on the monstrosity scale a little bit, we've got The Shining. Obviously the book is by Stephen King and the film is directed by Stanley Kubrick. This is a film that Charlotte got me to watch. I think it's possibly her favourite film, and I really enjoyed it as well. It's a really striking film, and the way that it builds up the tension and kind of the mystery of it, I think is really well done. There's a lot of striking things about the film, and although I've heard that Stephen King doesn't like the book, I think he likes the book. Although I've heard that Stephen King doesn't like the film and doesn't think it's a good adaptation, a lot of people I've seen, even who like the film, have said the book is very good as well and very worth reading. I don't think I've ever read a Stephen King book the whole way through. I'm a little bit wary of him, but if I'm going to read one, it will be The Shining, and I think I would enjoy it. Now getting into some proper classic monsters, the next book that I'd like to read is Jurassic Park by Michael Crichton. So I really like the whole Jurassic Park series of films. The first 3 that are branded Jurassic Park, and I quite like the new ones as well, the Jurassic World films. And just as an aside, something that was quite interesting that I've noticed while rewatching some of those films during lockdown is the parallels between Jurassic Park, the first film, and Jurassic World, the first Jurassic World film, and then the parallels between the second Jurassic Park film and the second Jurassic World film. So that's got me thinking, when the third Jurassic World film comes out, in what ways is it going to parallel the third Jurassic Park film? Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether they could that they didn't stop to think if they should. The book is a classic. Charlotte's read it, she really likes it. Alex Black on BookTube really likes it as well. And my fifth book on the list is along slightly similar lines. This is another book that Alex Black has talked about on her channel, so go and check that out if you're intrigued. And that is Meg. The book is by Steve Alton, and the film The Meg, which came out I think a year or two ago. Long story short, there's a giant flipping shark. Oh no, it's the Meg! I think from what Alex said in the book, there's a lot more detail about the boat and all things like that. So that sounds a bit different and a slightly different tone to the film. But I think, going off of Jurassic Park and those kinds of monster, if I'm in that mood for monsters, then I think that's a good film to scratch that itch, and I imagine might be a good book to do it as well. So, thanks for watching. Have you read any of these books? Do you think they live up to the films? Do you think I'll enjoy them? Let me know in the comments. And would you like to see more videos along this line where I'm talking about films and books based on films, and more often probably films based on books? Let me know in the comments, because I've got a couple of ideas for a couple more videos along these lines I could make. So if you did enjoy this one, then let me know in the comments and subscribe so you can catch those ones when they come out. Thanks for watching.